Hey guys, it's Amelia, and just a couple more days and I'm going to be leaving for my residency. So right now I'm busy in my studio collecting all of the materials that I'm going to need for my 2-week residency in Pennsylvania. So I thought today it'd be great just to capture it on video and just talk a little bit about the supplies that I'm going to be bringing with me, as well as supplies that I'm not going to be bringing with me. Okay, so for the first part of my residency, as I talked about before in the last vlog, I am going to be focusing on plein air painting, which is painting on site. So I am going to need light materials. I'm going to need things that are really portable and that can travel well. So what I have found works really well is a lap board. So I love this thing. My dad made it for me last residency. And it's very simple. You could make one too. And what it is it's just a piece of painted MDF board with some edges on it. It's got a piece of glued down carpet remnant. And then these two holes, these are places for solvent, or if you're a watercolorist, you could put your water there, and then a place for brushes. So this works out really well. I have like a little stool. I'll bring that along with me. I can just put it over my shoulder. Then I can sit wherever I am with the lap board on my lap, and I can have my my brushes and my solvent. I carry a little palette that has this great cover on it, so that when I have to put it back in my backpack, things aren't going to go all over the place. So I just clamp this when I'm going to be traveling with it, and then when it's time to paint, I can put it right on my board and just clamp it right there. And then I have this whole area over here in which to paint. So that is that board. Last time around, I took panels. So I had MDF panels, kind of like this, just cut into squares, and then had it gessoed. And this was a great material to work with, except for I went through so many of them, and then when I wanted to take them back, I had a whole bunch more than when I started, and so the weight was problematic for being able to fly back. So what I ended up deciding to do this time is I'm going to be just using some canvas paper. And so I have a couple different sizes, things that I can cut into smaller pieces. I have 2 sizes here, and I actually have more that I'm getting shipped back to the residency location as well. This will be great. I can just use some blue painter's tape and tape it right onto my board and just work directly on there. And I'll also be using the exact same stuff for my color studies. So it made sense just to keep the materials the same across both of those practices. So that is that. And then just have a small selection of brushes. These are the brushes that I normally paint with, but I limited it to just the couple that I might need. So just a handful of brushes, not all of my brushes, because remember, there's only so much we can carry with us. And so that is what I'm bringing there. I am bringing the majority of my paints. I'll be double bagging these and putting them in my suitcase. When I actually travel and have a backpack with me to go painting, I will probably only select a couple colors to bring with me. And I'll also have my palette ready to go. So that I don't have to carry all this extra weight of color. A lot of this other color stuff are things that I'll be working on in the studio when I'm doing my color studies. So I'll be bringing all of these. And that is all I'm bringing for my plein air painting portion. I will say I will be probably bringing a sketchbook along that I can just quickly sketch some different ideas. This is a little travel size one. And so I may go ahead and throw that in my backpack on paint days as well, in case I need that before I start painting. So something that's going to be new for this residency, that's different from my residency 2 summers ago, is I plan on doing some lino cut carving with blocks, as well as a little bit of printing. I'm not exactly sure how much printing I'll be doing and how much carving. It's probably going to depend on the complexity of the images. But I'm bringing my supplies for that type of stuff because they're pretty compact and they don't weigh a lot. So I have a carving set of tools that I'll bring. These are my Power Grip carving knives or carving tools here. I have an extra small one that I also bought separate. So I'll bring those. I'm going to also bring a couple of these really, I've gotten pretty, like I like this type of carving block a little bit better. I'll probably bring about 5 of these along and just use what I have and see what happens. And then along with my with those supplies, I have tracing paper that I'm shipping there because the tracing paper I have here is very, very large. So it's better, I'm just going to get a small thing and ship it there. I'll have my brayer, my brayer, my Baron. I also find a bone folder to be helpful. And then I'll have my inking plate, as well as an assortment of oil-based inks that I'll be using. And so that's really all I'm going to need for printmaking. I will take a selection of lightweight papers. I have some rice paper, and I'll be shipping some of that as well, just because I was almost out of it anyway. So it makes sense just to ship it instead of ship it here and then tote it on the plane with me. So last but not least, the other aspect of this residency is going to be playing with, actually there's 2 more. I'll be doing those color studies like I talked about. That'll be kind of in conjunction with my plein air stuff. That is going to be guided by my handbook here, the Oil Painter's Handbook by Todd Casey. And so far I've gone through a lot of this book. It's been so helpful. And there are exercises in here that really guide you through doing like color threads and things like that, that just kind of help you understand what tinting the color is going to do with certain, like if you pick like a white versus a yellow, and like for darkers, like if you use like a cool blue versus a warm blue, how that'll affect everything. So I am really excited about playing with that and seeing what happens and what I learn. Some other resources that I plan on bringing with me are the Hidden Life of Trees. This is one that I started reading through last time with my residency. So I am excited about continuing in that book and seeing what it reveals. Also plan on doing a little bit of work in this book here, Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, just to kind of challenge some of my ideas about drawing and just be open to other perspectives on that. I'll be bringing my Bible, of course, and my journal for those times when I'm going to be doing my quiet time in the morning before I start. For me, this residency is not just about artistry, but it's about tying in my spirituality and my faith along with my art practice. And so I'll be having that, and I'll be recording and writing stuff down as it comes to me. And then another component of this is in my downtime, I am hoping to play with fiber. So I got this little stitch book, and it's kind of cheesy, but so far it's been really fun. So it's just this stitch book here, and I have been just learning how to do different stitches. So this is all I've gotten accomplished so far. So I have lots and lots to learn yet. But it's really, really methodical. And I can kind of just let my brain wander, but move my hands. And so what that does is it creates a lot of space for creativity, because I kind of need to move my hands in order to be able to unlock that part of my brain. So my goal is to combine some of my printmaking stuff with stitch work. This is something I was working on earlier this week, and it was super fun, and it's kind of ridiculous, but I'm just seeing where it goes. So I'm excited about that. That is basically all that I'm bringing. So wish me luck as I get all of this into a suitcase along with some clothes and some hiking shoes. So thanks for joining me on this video today. I hope you guys Have a great rest of your day. If you have questions, you can always pop them into the comments or get in touch with me. If you have recommendations, I would love to hear what your recommendations are. Maybe if you've done a residency before, you've traveled and done art stuff. Let me know. I am always open to other people's ideas about that. So have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.